Keith, we understand there's some trees down in that area?
That is correct, Chris. We are actually in the parking lot. We're in the town of Brazoria in the parking lot of a building supply store. This is about the safest place to be right now because there's so many homes, so many areas have power out that you really can't see anything anyway. And we are across the street from an RV park where there are about two trees that went down. But let me show you this. This is the problem right here. You see all this debris. Even where we are right now, there are a number of trees and debris like this. But let's go to the video and you can actually see the problem in this particular RV park that is across the street from where we are. And there are at least two homes that have sustained some pretty decent damage because of the trees that came down in there. We weren't able to go live from inside of that location because not only did you have the down trees, you also had a number of power lines. Also, the area was flooded. And so when we got out of the truck, if we were going to get out of the truck, we didn't know what was going to be awaiting us on the ground there. And so we decided to go ahead and just shoot the video as quickly as we could. But as you can see there are at least two of those mobile homes that are in there in that RV park, because they do have some RVs, but they also have a couple of mobile homes as well. And they were damaged by at least two trees. One of them was split, and the other one looks like it had a very, very large branch that came down and did some damage. We saw some folks who were inside that park, and they had their RV was intact, but they were sitting in their vehicle, and I guess they probably were ready to take off if they needed to in case the winds got too tough. Back here live again, you can see where we are, even across the street. Not as bad as what we saw in the RV park, but you can see the damage that the wind out here is causing. Just a lot of debris just out here, even in this parking lot. And you can also see and probably hear that the wind has actually picked up and the rain has picked up probably in just the last couple of minutes as well. And so we're live in here in Brazoria, in the town of Brazoria and Brazoria County. A lot of trees in this area, and a lot of them are down in a lot of the areas. Chris?
Hey, walk us through, Keith, real quick. The top of our 10 o'clock broadcast tonight, you were live in Matagorda. Walk us through your journey to get to Brazoria, how long it took you, what you saw. Kind of walk us through that.
It took about an hour and a half to get there from Matagorda. We were in Matagorda, about a mile or so away from what you would consider the bay front or the beach front. And then we got in the vehicle, came up on FM 521, took about an hour and 25 minutes to make it here. And we came across about three different spots where we had trees that had come down. So it's an area that has a lot of trees. So we had a ton of debris, but we also had about three different areas where we actually had to stop and go around the trees because they had come down. And then we make our way here to Brazoria. We went to that RV park, which is just right across the street. And again, you saw the video, you saw the trees that were down, and it was just really too dangerous for us to stay inside there because also we had a ton of other trees, but you also had a lot of other power lines as well. And there was a lot of flooding, and so it just didn't make sense to stay in there. So we got the video as quickly as we could, and you saw that. But not a lot of vehicles on the roadway, on our road up here, which was a very good thing. A lot of people in this area. Obviously, it's not going to be nowhere near as populated as the Houston metro area, but there still weren't that many people on the roads, which was good. A lot of people stayed inside. But we saw, when we were down in Matagorda, at least 77% of all the people out there had no power in Matagorda County. 77% of the more than 15,000 residents. Right. And on our way up here, excuse me, to Brazoria, by the time we got here, it probably was only about 2 miles outside of Brazoria where we started to see homes that had a significant amount of homes that actually had power. Now, maybe they had generators. If that's the case, there are a lot of folks out here in Brazoria that have generators because we saw a number of homes that did have power. But as we got closer to Brazoria, we did start to see homes and even businesses where we are now. As I mentioned, we're in the parking lot of a building supply place, and they obviously have power as well. So, yeah, a little bit of a ride, but a good thing is most people are staying off the roads.
That is good news. The update to Matagorda is that 90% of people there don't have power, and I'm sure that's coming as no surprise to you.
Yeah, Dominic, didn't I think I heard you say 90%?
90%.
And so that obviously would be an increase?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that is a significant amount. And so we, again, our ride up here, we did not start to see any homes with power until about 2 or 3 miles outside of Brazoria, where we are now.
Great. All right, Keith Garvin live in Brazoria tonight. Thanks for that update. We want to get back down